Hello and welcome to the second episode of the Beggar's Canyon broadcast, the voice of the outer rim. I am once again your host, Hunter, and I am chumming to you guys fresh after listening to a bunch of Iron Maiden because it's just one of those days. It's dreary outside, it's raining. I'm looking forward to talking. As far as decommission goes, Return of the Martez Sisters, which was not expected in the least. But they honestly, that was an arc that I did not love, and I think that was a lot of people. I am not going to sit here and talk about how much I did not like the arc because I actually do. I like a lot of that Clone Wars, what was covered in the Clone Wars with them. The Return of the Pikes. We get to see. I think, yeah, we do get to see Corellia, or no, not Corellia, excuse me, Chessel. We go to another solo location this week with Decommission, but we see Chessel and we see the like wealthy side of Chessel, which I don't remember anyone really talking about from that episode, but that was super duper cool. Um, Seeing that from that old Clone Wars arc, uh, and we get more solo connections this time around with just because of how industrialized it is. Um, I really liked a lot of the security droid battle scenes because I feel like sometimes it can those things get a little repetitive or the droids don't always feel like a threat. But honestly, these droids felt like a decent threat. They landed some shots. They were very overwhelming just in number, and I was kind of shocked by that. I don't know who technically runs the security droids on Corellia because by now there's obviously some Imperial affiliation going on because all these droids are, as far as I know, I don't think there were any Clone Wars. I don't think we know about any Clone Wars battles on Corellia. So all these droids are getting, you know, ferried in to be decommissioned and smelted down. So I have to imagine that somewhere in there, there is some Imperial affiliation. Hunter says it himself at the end of the episode where he says that things were a lot clearer when I was just a soldier. And now he realizes that, of course, they didn't really rely on orders before, but they had the guys that they fought for and they had the guys that they fought against, and that was it. But now the guys that they fought for are against them. And he's not sure what to do. In a lot of ways, the the Badger are as naive as Omega is in some ways because of the amount of trust I think that they put in people. But yeah, I like that whole scene at the start of Omega and Echo and target practice, and something that my girlfriend brought up, which I think is a neat idea. I'm not sure it'll happen, but a neat idea, and that's if Crosshair comes back, and even if he doesn't come back, I'm going to circle back around to this point, but if Crosshair comes back, it would be really neat to see him train Omega. And she's already kind of shown that she has rebellion. Because she doesn't really even join Bail until about a year after, because that's when the Ahsoka book takes place, and so if we stay consistent with canon, she's not reporting to Ahsoka. Now, the weird thing is that she has R7. R7's Ahsoka's droid. They dug the body of R7 out of the Venator at the last part of the Clone Wars of the that last little bit you see in the Clone Wars season 7 finale, and you see that like episode guide, and in the trivia gallery it does confirm that that is Ahsoka's droid. How did she get it? Is it possible that they are working directly with Ahsoka? Ahsoka then, who was keeping a very low profile in the Ahsoka book, um, we then have to wonder, like, okay, so is she then does that part of the book count, or are they maybe going to move it up to like cool, whatever we see? I wonder how Qi'ra and Leia will interact. I would I, obviously Han's not coming out of the carbonite. um, which stinks. It's tragic, that well, we don't really know. I mean, the last thing that we see, is as Qi'ra leaves Savareen and Dryden's yacht, and you see Han looking, and I don't know if that's the last time they saw each other, but I don't think that Han would have left Leia for Qi'ra. I really don't think that, especially not at the point after Empire Strikes Back. No way, but different things, and like it is going to be kind of important if you're reading the High Republic. I think you're going to need to pretty much keep up with all that. I don't think there's any like just. I think you can like if someone's really staunch and they're like, I just want to read the adult books, so Light of the Jedi, The Rising Storm. I think you could do that, and you could pretty much keep up with what's going on. But I think that you'll get a much better enjoyment of the books if you read it all. And I think the same is going to be true for this run. But it always astounds me how much work and effort and connection goes into making these big stories. And there's so many creators that have to work on all of this. It's really awe-inspiring. I write a bit myself, and I just can't imagine taking on a project of anywhere near the scale of War of the Bounty Hunters or the High Republic. So, lots of talent. I think just this week, I know they've had a lot of casting news, but I remember just this week they had the fella from Chernobyl, Robert Ems, and he's going to be in too. And of course, I love Chernobyl. I thought Ems, from what I remember of his face, I think he did a pretty good job in Chernobyl. So that was a great miniseries. Non-Star Wars note: if any of you guys have not seen Chernobyl, you are doing yourself a disservice. That show is absolutely outstanding. But I am I look forward to these live action shows. I feel like we're gonna get maybe more live action next year because I think we're getting. I gave all my plugs: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all those podcast apps. Email us if you want a specific subject talked about. But this has been the second episode